Update. My sister claims she caught my girlfriend cheating with a friend of mine, but they both deny it. Original post. My girlfriend and I have been dating for a little over 3 years. Everything was great until about 6 months ago. We stopped being intimate as much as we used to, and I'll admit that was mostly my fault. Work got really stressful, and I had some family issues I had to deal with, and unfortunately, my relationship suffered a bit. We talked, and I promised to put more effort into us. I do think things have gotten better overall, but I know we both still have room for improvement. Despite everything, I absolutely love this girl and don't want to lose her. Last night, my girlfriend told me she was going to the club with some friends after work. I didn't think anything of it. They do this from time to time, so whatever. Last night, around 11 p.m., my sister sent me some text saying she saw my girlfriend and my friend making out at the club. I didn't believe her, and she said that when she went to grab her phone to get proof, they had stopped, but were still dancing very intimately and did manage to get a couple of pictures. It made me very uncomfortable. I asked if they left together and she said she doesn't know. Here's my problem with all this. About 4 years ago, my sister told me she had a crush on my friend. She confessed to him and it turned her down. Hard, apparently. He told her she's not his type and she's way too young. According to him, she was persistent, and he ended up being a little mean about it. She was really hurt by it, and even now she refuses to speak to him. It took her a whole year before she could even be in the same room as him. As far as I know, she has a decent relationship with my girlfriend. They aren't friends, but are friendly. This morning, I sent the pictures and a text to my girlfriend and my friend and asked WTF was this. They both said all they did was dance. I told them they looked really close, and that it was really inappropriate. She told me I'm being paranoid. I told them what my sister said she saw, and after a bit of arguing, my girlfriend said I either believe her or my sister. I told her I don't know what to believe, and that I need time to think, and she said whatever. I messaged my friend privately and asked him to explain everything. I basically begged him, and he hasn't messaged me. Not answering me feels like a sign of guilt. I don't think my sister would lie about this, but there is a part of me that thinks she might have saw an opportunity to hurt my friend for hurting her, or maybe I'm just being naive. I'm really not sure what advice I'm looking for. I just don't know how to go forward. Now for the top advice before reading the update. From the story, I believe your sister. She gave you proof that they were too close, and her story sounds plausible based on the evidence she provided. The silence of your friend and your girlfriend's crappy reaction. I'm sorry, I wouldn't look past this. In addition, neither one of them told you they saw each other at the club and danced together? Yeah, and why would your sister wait 3 years to exact this revenge on your friend OP? Like seriously? That's an explanation you're considering? Unless your sister has a history of making things up and making false accusations, that's a pretty flimsy way to explain this all away. Every part of her story adds up. She was even able to get some pics. If your friend was innocent, he wouldn't be ghosting you, man. Come on. This is all wishful thinking on your part. Your sister did you a favor and you can't trust your girl or your friend. They clearly have no problem betraying you and lying to your face about it. You deserve better, man. Sorry this happened, but be glad your sister was there to uncover the truth. She did you a favor. Not only that, I don't think the sister would hurt her brother to get back at the friend. Come on, OP. Don't try to come up with doubt to discredit your sister because the truth hurts. You'll end up losing her as well. I think it's a major red flag that they said all they were doing was dancing. If it made you uncomfortable, then it made you uncomfortable. That's a relationship. Cheating and boundaries are different for everyone, and if you're upset about it, then they should be respectful and try to fix that. She should not get mad at you, and you should not be feeling bad about your feelings. I'm so sorry, OP. This is such a tough situation. Also, did you know this friend was going to be out with your girlfriend? Like, is this your mutual friend or your friend originally? I didn't know he was going out or that he would be with her. As far as I know, it was a girl's night out. He's been my friend for about 10 years. They're friendly, but they've never hung out as far as I know. Yeah, that and the fact they got defensive is very clear your sister wasn't lying. She did not tell you he would be there. If it's normal for them to be around each other, then there is definitely something going on. Once again, so sorry. Now for the update. So I figured I'd give an update to what happened. They never texted me back, at all. I probably would never have heard from either of them if I hadn't told them I just wanted the truth. They agreed to come over Monday night and explain everything. The long and short of it is that they did go back to his place and did a deed, but claim it was the first time. About 4 months ago, they ran into one another after her and I had a particularly bad fight that I don't even remember, and he noticed she was upset. So I took her out for lunch and they talked about our relationship and me. They exchanged numbers. She ended up texting him about 2 weeks later after I went fishing with some friends for the weekend, and apparently have been texting daily and hanging out 2 to 3 times a week. She went to extreme detail about exactly how I've pushed her away these last 6 months. I told her I thought things got better after we talked about everything. And she claims it got better for about 2, maybe 3 weeks, and then it was right back to where it was. I asked why she didn't bring it up again, and she claims she did. I told her regardless, she should have just broken up with me, and that cheating on me shouldn't have been her response to what was happening between us. She agrees she messed up, but says I share blame in all this as well. I asked her if it was just physical between the two of them, and they both said no. I also asked why not just tell me the truth when I confronted them with the pictures, and they said they panicked. I asked him if he has anything he wanted to add, and he said he's sorry it happened the way it did, but he's not sorry that it happened. I told him there are dozens of women out there he could have gone for. Regardless of the problems between her and me, he didn't have to go for my girlfriend. He said she hasn't been my girlfriend for 4 months. I just told them to get out. I don't really know how I'm feeling right now. I hated them when they walked in and when they left, but now I don't know. I went to remove her from social media last night and she had a picture on her Instagram of the two of them. I skimmed through the comments and some people were asking what happened to me. Some people were congratulating them and saying they looked cute together, so that didn't feel great. I also apologized to my sister for throwing her under the bus. I didn't realize that I did that until some people commented that that's exactly what I did. She said she doesn't care if it meant finding out the truth and getting them out of my life. I'm probably staying single for a while. Some people suggested therapy, and maybe that's something to explore down the line. Anyway, that's it. I would have responded to the comments asking what happened to you. Well, she cheated on me with my best friend, and now they're apparently together. We broke up last night when she admitted betting him and tried to blame me. Friends, beware of both these people, especially around your partners. But I'm petty as heck. Yeah, I absolutely would have replied with something along these lines as well. No reason to sugarcoat it, and you certainly don't owe these two cheating betrayers a damn thing. If they aren't ashamed of their behavior, then they shouldn't mind you telling everyone the truth. I'm sorry this happened to you. You deserve to have better people in your life. Your ex telling you that you're partially to blame is a bunch of BS. If she wasn't happy, you break up. You don't cheat, especially with your partner's best friend. They're both horrible people. You focus on yourself now. Get therapy and learn from this relationship. Enjoy time with the friends who got your back. Take your sister out for dinner or something to just thank her and talk and have fun. Go fishing, try new hobbies, and enjoy yourself. The right woman will come along. Good luck to you. And make a public post about their cheating. Tell her family, his family, mutual friends, then block both of them. I've thought about it, but I don't know if I want to invite the drama that's going to cause into my life. Do it. Block their numbers and take a break off social media. Keep the statement to the point like, so many of you may have questions in regards to my relationship. I found out my ex-girlfriend and friend of mine were cheating behind my back for some time. I'm going to take a break off social media and focus on healing, moving past this, and working on myself. Please feel free to reach out if you are looking to hang out. Don't name call. Try and make it as to the point as possible so it can't be twisted around like you're the a-hole. Also, remember they'll probably be telling people their own version of it. Either way, sorry to hear OP. It's likely they'll end up cheating on each other. She may try crawling back, but hopefully you see how toxic of a person they both are. They're the type that you have to cut in order to succeed in life. Best of luck to you. I took the high road and didn't say or post anything. My ex, on the other hand, spun some crazy story that made her out to be a victim of mistreatment and emotional manipulation, when in reality, she cheated on me and got angry that I moved out and stopped paying the bills. People eventually saw through the lies, but in the meantime I got so much grief, which is the last thing you need when you're heartbroken and trying to pick up the pieces. Better to post a factually accurate account with no name calling etc. like the above, and then just not comment. Next story. Came home and significant other is gone. Warning, this post is from the cesspool r/adultery, where degenerates unapologetically, even proudly, post about their affairs and how they fool their partners. Original post. Longtime lurker and occasional commenter of this great sub, but using it throwaway because my paranoia is at an all-time high right now. I have great OPSEC, but also haven't seemed to need it because my wife works all the time, and we do have a great intimate life. So I would be shocked if she even suspected I was doing what I was doing. That's why I'm losing my mind right now. I come home from work yesterday and usually my wife gets home about 30 minutes after I do. When I realized it's getting late, I called and got no answer. I checked our room and her things are gone. She left the house completely untouched, just took all her clothes but left no note. I can't get in touch with her through phone, email, and her friends won't answer. She must know, right? Which, why wouldn't she ask me? Who finds out and just leaves? Is it possible she doesn't know and left for someone else? This is not what I want. How do I not go through this? I wouldn't have done it if I thought she'd find out. Sorry, I'm just desperate. I need to fix it. Because man, I need to know how she even found out. Now for the top comments before reading the update. Okay, what did you think would happen if/when she found out? Were you disappointed that she didn't scream and cry and played a pick-me game? She found out and decided it was a deal breaker on her end. You got off easy. No arguing, screaming, and crying. No therapy or marriage counseling to sit through and pay for. Probably took those months to stash some cash, find a place, or another guy. Don't think there's any fixing this. Maybe a little. Don't know why I felt that way. But yeah, I guess I wanted to see some kind of reaction. I know it doesn't make sense, but it's just how I feel. She makes most of the money, so that's another freaking kick in the nuts. I'll basically have to ask her for some kind of support to keep living the kind of lifestyle we've been living. I wish she would fight me. Seems like she's willing to let everything go, including her own money, just to avoid me. And it's making me feel like I don't know her. I'm truly sorry for all involved in this, but I just have to say, she made a badass exit. That sounds like some Beyoncé stuff. Okay, I could understand her leaving, but her leaving without a word is almost not human. Nothing badass about it. It's not who she is either. She's sweet, and that's why I love her. Her being cold like this is not going to make me want to respect her more. Your reaction to this whole scenario is ridiculous. You cheated, you got caught, you gambled and lost this round. Unfortunately, your soon-to-be ex-wife doesn't owe you any more respect or loyalty than what you've shown toward her. I also think you have a lot of nerve to call her behavior sociopathic. The fact that she was immediately done without wanting to attempt reconciliation makes me think you may have not been the greatest husband yourself. It sounds like she has no reason to fight for you or your relationship. It's done. You have proven to her that you aren't the type of partner she wants, and apparently she wasn't the one for you either. Once things have settled, this would be a good time to self-reflect on what you actually want out of a relationship, and if monogamy or E&M is more your thing. Now for the update. I had no idea this would get so much input, but it has helped, and I appreciate it. I've been here a while, but this was my first time posting, and it has helped me vent and process, so thank you. Also, if I'm being honest, I'm sure that the attention or engagement has helped me cope a little. I finally talked to my wife this afternoon. I've been in our house since Thursday night by myself, pretty much clueless as to what was going on, until her mother, who she has very little contact with, reached out to me. I was caught. I've been caught since March. Wife texted me today saying she had intended to contact me through a lawyer and just let the divorce do the talking. But since her mother decided to contact me, she would answer any questions I had if I had a desire to speak to her. Clearly I did. I asked her why she stayed around after she knew, and how she just lied to me like that. She said it wasn't her intention, but she shut down to figure out what she needed to do regarding our relationship and herself. At the end, she said something like she realized she still loves me but doesn't respect me, and she said she thinks that I love her but don't respect her either. So we should go our separate ways. She already got her job to move her to the city she's been asking me to move to for a long time now, and said she'd like to sell me her half of the house if I want it. If not, we can list it. But I guess our lawyers will handle that paperwork, and I still have no idea if I want our house without her in it. I'm glad I talked to her, but I'm sad at how moved on she is. She did cry a little, but then stopped. I asked for therapy, and she said I should have asked for that when I realized I had impulse control issues. I've been drinking for 48 hours now, and sorry for the rant. I don't think it's losing her that's hurting, but losing like this. Can't get over him thinking her exit was just as deceitful as him cheating. He thought it was more deceitful. What a piece of trash human. Seriously, calling her a sociopath because she was able to act like everything was normal for a couple months? How much longer had he been doing that exact same thing? What a muppet. Okay, I could understand her leaving, but her leaving without a word is almost not human. Pretty sure the fact she's divorcing the guy makes it clear she doesn't care what he thinks of her. The level of delusion is ridiculous. The audacity of cheaters never ceases to amaze. I do greatly appreciate seeing inside the mind of someone like this. Watching him try to villainize her for her reaction to his violating their marriage, breaking her trust and hurting her, is wild. Well, that was a wild read. The mental jujitsu this guy has to do to make her the bad guy would be exhausting to anyone with a normally developed sense of morality. Okay, I could understand her leaving, but her leaving without a word is almost not human. It's this lie that really freaking gets me. Cheating on your partner and essentially bragging about how good you are at it online and then saying that is beyond delusional. I was so confused when I started reading this. The title and spoiler alerts made me think she left OP after cheating for months. The wording still didn't make sense with that interpretation until I got to the part it was OP who had an affair partner that I had to reread the entire first section again. It was unreal that he thinks she's the bad guy and sociopath here. That sub is genuinely so disgusting. Sometimes I go there just for the drama and always leave feeling gross and sad. It's just really depressing knowing people like that are out there and have partners they care so little about. The mental gymnastics they go through are wild.